Hi everyone, welcome to BumbleBeeCrafts. Thanks for tuning in to another video from me. It's Wednesday, so I'm playing with my vintage books, turning them into journaling fodder. And this week we are doing fussy cutting, die cutting, all of that kind of things. And as you can see, I've already done some, a different array of things that I've cut out from different books. So I just move my scissors to the side. I've got a little tray here that I can put the stuff in. So this first one here is from this lovely big book. If you've been following along from a series, you'll know which one it is. And what I've done is not only have I cut out these lovely flowers that are going to give me some lovely options for decorating up tags and pockets and things like that. So we'll put those in our tray there, but I've also cut these elements out. I thought they would make really good labels. So that's using the text that comes in the book page anyway. So they can go in there. Then I liked these and I've just put them as little tags, almost I suppose a bit like plant label tags, but I just thought they would be really quite good. We could do something with those, put a little hole in them, and they could go in things. I thought these would make good backgrounds for something, whether we then added this onto another tag, journaling card or whatever, but I didn't want to waste that lovely text, so I cut round those. And then lastly, from the scrap pieces like this that I wasn't going to keep, I got my tiny little circle punch out and I've punched myself out some little circles as well. So I'm really trying not to waste too much. So as you can see, it literally is just the scrap bits that I'm going to be wasting, because I'm actually going to keep all of these bits, because in another project further down the line these will be ideal for stamping on, which is, again, as I said, something we will come to. But for today I wanted to look at the different book pages, the different books that I've got, and see what fussy cut elements. So if we go with this book, I'm just going to do one because I think you guys all know, well, I'm sure you all know how to do some fussy cutting and everything, but if I just show you how I do it so that I can try and get the most out of the page. Now I want to do both of these, so I am literally just going to go up the page where that black line is, like so, and then as I know I'm going to be keeping this, I'm going to cut nice and close to that. So we'll cut this little bit out first and then we'll get to the flower. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. I hope this little series is encouraging you to use your books and cut them up, play with them, and create lots of nice ephemera from them. So there we go, that's another one of those. Peach leaf, bellflower, crosswalk. I don't think I want any of those, so I'm just going to leave that as it is, that piece, because that'll be a good scrap. So I know this bit at the bottom is going to be a really good piece for stamping on, and then I just come in and do a bit of fussy cutting. And this really is rough fussy cutting. I am not taking too much care and time. Well, I'm taking care, but it's time more than anything. I'm not taking too much time over. I'm leaving a nice white border. I don't mind it with these. And there we go. I might go back in and just do this little bit now, I think that would look better, like so. And I might just come in and do this bit as well, I think. Oop, oop, oop. There, nice and simple. So this is again something you could do in front of the TV. Now that would be good for stamping on. Where are we? We could probably get some stamping on there. And yeah, so that's not much waste really, just odd little bits. So let's go across. What do we want? Wood, cow, wheat, or bats in a belfry. That's funny. Let's cut that off. So let's come up here. So yeah, I wanted to get this bit done before we then go back and do some decorating on our bits that we've been creating so far, because I wanted to obviously use these bits as well to do some decorating when we have a little play with our ephemera. This can come in a little further. There's a bit. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So that's another one done. And what have we got? We might be able to get some stamping on there. Definitely on that piece and on that piece. So this is all by the looks that we're going to waste. We're going to do another one of these. Okay, so that's all going to be kept for stamping. So that's kind of like how I'm going with that book. So this video is probably going to be quite a bit of a quicker, shorter video than my hour-long ones. I just wanted to come on and show you the kind of things that I look for when I'm fussy cutting elements. So these bits have actually come from that book, The Flowers of the Countryside, and what I've got here is a selection. So these were all on the one page, quite a bit of white in between the page, so I thought this would make quite a really nice text to go on a page in your journal or to decorate up a tag or something. I loved that little image, and that's the little wording, which is a large blue butterfly and wild thyme. So I thought if I keep those together. There were some words that I cut out from this one, and then this is probably too long for anything. It's probably going to need to be cut off if it's going to go on a tag or something, but I've left it cut in its entirety, just so that we can use however much we need of it. So that's those little bits. And then this element was one of those ones that goes across the page. It's a bit like this one. We're going to fussy cut this one out. And then I just, out of the scraps, I thought rather than waste them, I'd just give myself a couple of little circles. This is a really small little circle punch, but these are ideal just to stick down and then punch a hole in and put your eyelet, so it just reinforces where you're putting your eyelets. So I do like to have those. And then that is a list, because you've got 1 to 13 on here, and that goes with that, so that's been fussy cut out. So we'll pop them there. So let's use this one. Now I'm going to, there's no text, just text on the back, so I don't want that. So I'm actually going to come along here, because I'm thinking I could use the early days wording. And I'm just going to do they call this a, no, I think is it a kiss cut, is just, is it kiss cut where you leave a little bit of a gap? I'm not sure. Not sure if that's what they call it, but that's all I'm doing, is I'm just going along doing a rough there we go. Oh, that's lovely. So that can be stamped on. that can, that's a bit thin. Now I wanted to use this to let's just straighten that up. And we've got ourselves, oops, flicked it across the table there. We've got ourselves a little word, and I wonder if that's too thin to get some circles out. It might, oops, might be too small. Yeah, it's too small. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to do was this. In this particular book had these lovely slides in, and I just thought these would make lovely little fussy cut elements, so we're going to cut these up. So when I was looking through my books, unfortunately there wasn't very much that I feel I could do as fussy cuts from the Edith Holden book, because they were all almost virtually full pages or half pages, and as you guys know, I've been struggling to use my Edith Holden book anyway, so I haven't got any fussy cut elements from them, but I've got some from all the other books that I have to cut up. So how good does they look? They look lovely, these do. Okay. I love these ones because they've got a bit of wording on them as well, which is really nice. They look lovely. Okay, so yeah, that's that particular book. I mean, these will be really nice, like backed onto a bit of card and made into like little faux slides. So I'm going to put those elements in there. So that was that book that we're going to do some fussy cutting. Now this next book, there wasn't very many pages that had the flowers separated enough that I could cut round them. A lot of the pages in this particular book, they merged into one another and were like laid on top of him. So these are the only 3 pages. There's this page and these 2 that I'm going to cut up. But as you can see, we've got some lovely images here to be used as fussy cut elements that can decorate things up. And I've cut the bottom bit off of them, this lovely text bit here, and then I noticed on one of the scrap pieces there was that July to September, which I thought again could use as a little label, so they're going to go in there. And then I wanted to keep the little number, so I could either use it that side or that side, which is the page number. So all I've done with this one is just cut this bit off here, because that's where we got all the numbers from, and then I'm just going to kind of separate them out, and then we'll go around and do a little bit of a finer cut around it. Now I've left the number 6, and some of them I've left the number on, some of them I haven't. I don't think I mind the number being on that one. We do another one from here. Okay, so we need to trim that up. Now I'm actually probably going to lose the number 5 on this one, but that's fine. I think it would look odd if I left so much white just to keep the number. Okay, so that's that one that's done. I don't know if that would fit in here, and we would get the look. Will we get a look? Oh, we would just. The 5's off centre, but that's absolutely fine. Look at that. So we're really not wasting much with that, are we? Look. So that's what I try and do when I'm looking at what I can fussy cut from these books, is just to see how much waste. You know, can I do it with other elements added in or something like that. Okay, so that's that. That's that one. They're a bit too thin. We could stamp on that one. And I think this is, yeah, it's too thin on here. So I might just leave that because I might do some other stamping around that one. So basically that's what I've done, and we've got some lovely fussy cut elements and some little label bits. So the rest of these pages will get done. Okay, that's that one. How are we doing on time? 16. I did think this is probably only going to be about a half-an-hour video, just so that you guys can see how I do pick and choose my fussy cut elements. So this book is the Consider England book, which is the one that I've made my least amount of projects from. You know, when we've been doing little pockets or the little side flip ones that we made on here. Because most of the elements in them are, I would think, as fussy cut elements. So what I've done is cut some little elements that are maybe, let's find some pages, maybe down the side, these little elements down the side. This big one, I've used my tear ruler to get a nice little edge, and that's the wording that goes with it. Where are we? That one I thought was really nice, and that was the verse that was underneath it, which again I thought was quite nice, so we could use those elements. These two little bits, and then I couldn't resist on some of the scraps. A lot of them have got in their writing, when they're starting a new paragraph, they're putting a little oak leaf, so I've cut those out. And then I thought that might be of interest on something, the little justice scale. So let's pop those in there. And what I do want to do is this lovely image here. There are images both sides, so I really am having to choose which one I want, and the one I really do want is this horse one, because I just think it's absolutely beautiful. But I want to do it with a bit of a rough edge to it, because it's done almost like a watercolour. But I think time this is inked up, that's going to look really nice. And then we'll just do a little bit off the top. Actually going to come a little further down, I think. There, that's a really nice little image that can go on. You can have some little words or something on there. So I like that. And all these bits are perfect for using as stamping, or we can do some other things for them. Now this one, what's on this side? I'm probably more likely to use the sheep, because there's Rach and Bella's Country Retreat one has some little sheep in it, and I thought this would go nicely with that. So I'm just going to do a little fussy cut around it, like so. There, I think that's nice. nice, and we can stamp on that, so we're only wasting those little bits. And I want to use my die cut. I want to see if I've got a big enough square die cut. If not, these are going to be probably journaling cards or postcards or something, so that's why I'm not cutting into those. This one, I definitely wanted to use this one. I'm not, what's that, the Tomb of Lancelot? No, I would much rather have this little flower, I think. So I'm just going to cut that off there. And again, it's got like a little watercolour edge to it, so I'm just going to tear that. Not bothered by that bit. Let's do you. There, so we've got another little fussy cut element that we can do. So there are some, wrong one, that one, some ideas for how I would use do fussy cuts and everything. I will be back in the second part of this video. This is the first bit when we want to do some die cutting. I want to run some through. I've got a nest of circling dies and a nest of square dies, and I want to use those to run some elements through. So I will be back momentarily. Hello again. So I've got set up here with my Sizzix Big Shot. I've already gone ahead and done a few from the pages. This is that Consider England book again. I think the page is just perfect for this kind of thing. So I've got a couple more to do. So let's just get lined up. These dies, by the way, are Crafter's Companion set of these ones are square and I've got circle, but they've got the lovely stitched edge to them, and they're actually making these look really, really nice. So I'm just going to sit that inside there and just put a bit of tape to hold it. Now I apologise for the noise. For some reason, I mean, you can see the state of my board. It's been well used, but it seems to want to make a really big clunk every time it wants to go through, and I'm not quite sure why, because it never used to be this noisy. So it's probably the boards, and but I just wanted to come on and do a couple more of these just to show you how lovely they look with die cuts. Now this one had an image on the back. In fact, actually that's a really nice image as well, but I wanted this one because it's Hampton Court Palace, and I just thought that would make a really nice backdrop. So the only other one was this one, and it's more of a rectangle than a square, but I'm going to go with this bit here. We could still use that side if we wanted to. Let's put this up on here. Get that nicely lined up like so, and then we can run this one through. It's probably that I'm going not quite at an angle either. It's having to go through a very thick bit, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a bit quieter that time. Okay. It helps that it's shiny page. So look at these, look at them, how lovely are these. Let's hold them up to the camera. And then we've got a circle one as well. And those are just going to be so nice to decorate up. You could put that into on the page of a journal, have it as a focal point on a little cluster or something, you know, like the page edge clusters that you do as tuck spots. But that's another element, doing them with this particular one. Excuse my reach, I'm just popping them over there. I'm just wondering if there's anything in here that we could do just for the last few minutes. Let's see. Now those I know I've got some fussy cut elements from, but I'm just wondering if maybe we could do something like that. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Should we do that? So let's lay this on here. Now, think about there. Okay, so we can, then what I'm going to do, rather than put that all through, is cut that bit off, and then I can properly angle it, and then it won't make so much of a noise for you guys. Right, I have to stand up to do this, so just bear with. Ow. Oh, there's a lot of static in this. I just got a bit of a shock. Gosh. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, please, please, please. This tape is not supposed to stick, but it is. Yeah. It's supposed to be easy, low tack tape, but it seems to be sticking. There, we managed to get most of it off. I'll just have to be careful in putting them through. But how lovely does that look with the stitched edging around it? Really nice. Oh, I like that idea. So I wanted to do a circle one, and I wanted to do it out of, make a nice big circle of just book page writing, because I thought that would be really quite good. So let's have a look and see. I think it is going to be that one that's going to get all of the circle in, isn't it? Yeah, okay. This time I won't stick it, because I'm worried if I stick it, it will tear the page. Book page is quite fibrous. Yeah, there we go, look at that. Oh, isn't that lovely? Now have I got a smaller one now? Oh, I can layer them up. Let's see. Just wondering about this element. So that was that size. We really, if we're going that size, it's, yeah, you're not going to get much bigger, so I want to go 2 down. That's the joy of having nesting dies, I think, because then I can sit that inside it. Brilliant. So let's cut that off because we don't want that bit. And I'm just going for that little section. So let's run this through the machine. And then my plan is that they will sit there, and that's a lovely little piece of ephemera. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this. Gonna have to do it, ink it and glue it together, because I want to see what it looks like. Hope you guys don't mind. I think I need some more. I've been using so many other colours, recently of inks that my vintage photo has been a bit forgotten, and I haven't yet refilled it, because I thought, oh, I'll refill it later because I'm not needing it at the moment, but it's enough just to add that element to it. Okay, put it back on there. Same with my glue. My glue's virtually out, so clean that nozzle, let that come all the way down. How are we doing for time? Not too bad in this little section. And then, because I said I'd only wanted it to be about half an hour video, so let's put some glue all the way around. Come on. Yeah, this is where I've got to try and get it centre. Smoosh that down. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. That is lovely. And then that can either go on a page, it could go onto a tag. I might even back this with some card, do another one of these in card, back the two of them, and then you've got a little sweet little journaling card. Oh, I like this. I'm going to do lots more of these. So I'm not going to bore you by doing all the fussy cutting and the rest of these on camera. You get the idea of what we've been doing with this one, with creating some die cut elements, some lovely fussy cut flower elements from the book. So it's just another way of using the book page. And as I said, try and remember to keep your little labels, even things like circle numbers, that kind of thing, are great for making as labels. So I hope you've enjoyed this shorter video. Next week, now that we've got some fussy cut elements, I will be back with a decorating. We're just going to have a let's craft, let's play. I'll bring out some of my other butterfly fussy cut digitals that I've got, some labels, and we can just decorate up all what we've got, because I know I've been making things and they've been quite plain, but I want to get them all finished now so they can move from my unfinished ephemera to my completely finished ephemera box. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Happy crafting, everybody, and I will see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.